Let us see constraints and type of constraints. Constraint means limitation on the motion. Before observing constraint, what is degree of freedom and generalized coordinate? Suppose we consider the system of three-dimensional coordinate. We need 3n number of independent variables to describe the position of a system consisting of n number of particles. Suppose we will consider two particles, then we need the 6 coordinate to describe their position. Now, degrees of freedom of a system means the number of independent variables required to describe the system. After observing the system, one can define the generalized coordinate. Already, I have given the example to you of the two particles. Suppose there are n number of particles, so we can write down there 3n because one particle needed the three independent variables. Since the system has a one particle, need three independent variables. To describe the configuration of a system, we select the smallest possible number of variables. These are called as generalized coordinate of the system. This is denoted by Q1, Q2, Q3 up to Qn. The limitation. Now we will see the constraints. Constraint means the limitation on the motion of the system are called as constraint, and the motion is said to be constrained motion. For example, suppose the particle motion along a specified path is a simple example of constrained motion. If it needs one coordinate to describe the motion when particle moves in a space, then there are three coordinates are required to describe the motion. Here we take the simple example. Suppose there is a scale and we will mark the scale at two positions, that is called as P and Q. And if we move the position of the scale, then the distance P and Q does not change. Then there is the limitation on the scale at point P and Q, means distance is fixed, and this is the example of the constraint. Another example of the constraint is when a particle, or suppose we know that the slate, in that slate there is a bead and the bead is placed inside the wire, then the particle is made to slide on the wire, then the constraints require that on the position of the bead lie on the wire. This is the second example of the position, on the position, etc. Now, in this way, we can express the constraint in a mathematical manner, and then we will write down the constraint regarding the position of the. In case of the simple pendulum, we need two Cartesian coordinates xy and two polar coordinates r and theta with respective to the point of suspension O to describe the position of the bob in the motion. That can be expressed in the form of mathematical expression x square plus y square is equal to L square, or r is equal to L. Here is the length of the bob is L and r is the position vector. Second example is particle moving in a space, then it requires the three coordinate to determine the position at instant. Then that is x square plus y square plus z square is equal to a square. If we restrict its movement on the surface of the sphere, then we write down this equation x square plus y square plus z square is equal to a square, or x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r square, then we write down r is equal to a. Third example is double pendulum. In case of the double pendulum, we require the 4 coordinates because 2 are the length coordinates from the origin O, L1 and L2 respective to the particle 1 and particle 2, and 2 are the angles, that is theta 1 and theta 2. Hence, in case of the double pendulum, we required 4 coordinates to express the motion of the bob. Now, we will see classification of constant. There are following types of the constants are there: holonomic constant, non-holonomic constant, scaleronomic constant, rehonomic constant, conservative constant, dissipative constant, unilateral constant, bilateral constant. These are the types of the constant. Or now, holonomic constant. If constant relations are made independent of velocity, or constraints limit the motion of a system and number of independent coordinates are needed to describe the motion of a system, are called as holonomic constraints. It can be expressed in the form of equations. Example, rigid body. In case of motion of a rigid body, the distance between any two particles of the system remains fixed and do not change with time. R1 and R2 are the position vectors of the ith and jth particle. Then distance between them can be expressed mod of Ri minus R2 is equal to Rij is equal to constant. Another point is, if xi, yi, zi and xj, yj, zj are Cartesian coordinates of the two independent particles, then we can write xi minus xj plus yi minus yj plus zi minus zj is equal to Cij. Cij is the distance between the two particles. This constant is called as holonomic and scaleronomic constant. Second example is simple pendulum with rigid support. In case of the simple pendulum, L is the effective length and therefore R is equal to A. Non-holonomic constant. The constraint which are not expressible in the form of equation, or these relations are irreducible function of velocities, such a constraint are called as non-holonomic constant. Example is rolling sphere. Suppose the motion of a particle placed on the surface of the sphere having the radius is A. This radius can be described mod of r is greater than A or r minus A is greater than or equal to 0. Here r is the position vector of the particle relative to the center of the sphere, and the particle will first slide down the surface and then fall off. Then having the radius is greater. Second example is gas container. If the gas container is in spherical shape with the radius A and r is the position vector of a molecule, then the constant motion can be written mod of r is less than or equal to A or r minus A is less than or equal to 0. Another example is rolling disc. In rolling disc, the condition of the constraint is that the plane of the disc is always vertical. Now, the next example is, suppose xy coordinates for the center of the disc, phi for the angle of the rotation about the axis of the disc, and theta for the angle between the axis of the disc and the x-axis. If A is the radius of the disc, the constraint that the axis of the disc is perpendicular to the vertical direction gives the velocity v of the disc with magnitude v is equal to a phi or a d phi by dt. As the direction of the velocity is perpendicular to the axis of the disc, the component of the velocity along x and y axis can be written Vx is equal to dx by dt is equal to v sin of theta, and Vy is equal to dy by dt is equal to minus v sin of theta. Dx by dt is equal to minus a d phi by dt sin of theta, and dy by dt is equal to minus a d phi by dt cos of theta. Hence, dx minus a sin of theta d phi is equal to 0, and dy plus a sin of theta d phi is equal to 0. In these equations, none of equations can be integrated without solving the entire problem. Thus, the constraints cannot be put in the form of function of r1, r2, r3 and t, and hence the constraint is non-holonomic. In this figure, the rolling disk is shown. Another constraint is scaleronomic constraints. If constraint relation do not explicitly depends on the time, is called as scaleronomic. Example, rigid body. Rheonomic constraint. If constraint relations depends on the time. Example, bead sliding on a moving wire. Bilateral constraint. If the constraint relations are expressed in the form of equations. Example is rigid body. Unilateral constraint. If the constraint relations are expressed in the form of inequalities. Example, motion of molecule in a gas container. This is called as unilateral constraint. Conservative constraint. If forces of constraint do not do any work and total mechanical energy of the system is conserved while performing the constraint motion. Example, simple pendulum with rigid support. Dissipative constraint. If forces of constraints do not do any work and total mechanical energy of the system is not conserved while performing the constraint motion is known as dissipative constraint. Example, pendulum with variable length.